No, I didn't figure out anything. Me personally, I like it. I like the exploring part and stuff like that. But also, you will make mistakes, which can be costly, whether it's time or money.
That's true.
But you learn from it.
Digital Nomad's most trusted one-stop shop travel bestie. Make your move.
Welcome to Nomadify On Air, the place that takes you on a journey to learn the world of remote working and the lifestyle of digital nomads in hopes to inspire you to escape the 9 to 5. I am Bernadette, the founder and host of Nomadify On Air, and today we will be interviewing one of the most inspiring people here in the island of God's Bali, Mr. Lucas. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It's nice to have you here. Can you tell us a bit about something about yourself and what do you do?
Yeah, sure. I'm Lucas, 27 years old. Focus my life on growth hacking, the most fun I can have. I also work as a growth hacker in technical terms for Sprints and Sneakers. It's a mixture of marketing and sales. And besides, together with my friend Max and Bart, we have a startup called PIèCE in the co-working scene, with our first location in Bali.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that sounds like interesting for our digital nomad viewers. Maybe you can tell us more about this startup.
Yeah, sure. So as said, that's actually a funny story. So Max asked me once, how much it would be to build a Padel court in Bali.
Okay.
So I figured that out, and on a moment we were like, oh, who's going to be the customers? Well, which is mostly digital nomads. And we figured out the pain points in their journey. So one of them is the information up front, like internet speed. That's actually we discussed before this podcast as well. But then mostly also the social interaction and the social part. You know, when you work in a company with your employees around you, you have your meetings, you have your chats, you have your Friday afternoon drinks. And yeah, from that arose the idea to start PIèCE, where we not only focus on the playing part, so co-play with Padel courts, Muay Thai, but also on the co-working part with dedicated meeting rooms, podcast room, etc.
Amazing. It's really like work hard, play harder type of concept, right?
Yeah, it's all about creating a concept where you constantly can have fun and interact with people, but still can have a dedicated focus to the job you like to do.
That's amazing. This is really what we're encouraging our viewers, especially digital nomads, to encourage or pursue a life that will let you earn money while at the same time play harder, which I think
exactly
that makes the project so interesting. I guess my next question is, how did you become a digital nomad, and what made you interested to pursue this lifestyle?
Good question. I don't see myself as a digital nomad because I mostly stick around the two places, which is Amsterdam and Bali.
Okay.
You could say as a digital nomad, I look at a digital nomad more as somebody who travels continuously.
Okay.
However, I chose this life kind of naturally. When I was younger, I really wanted to travel. Then I really loved Asia. When I grew a bit older, I started to surf a little. And when COVID was over, I was like, oh, how nice would it be if I can, work remote from Indonesia, do surfing in the morning.
That's true.
When Europe wakes up, I start working. And I loved it so much that I stick around. And I think in the last 12 months, 8 out of them I've been here. And it also allowed me to start new businesses. So it's a plus still so far.
Exactly. It's like you're hitting 3 birds in one stone.
Yeah.
You're really living the life and building something that you really love to do. That's amazing. I guess my next question would be, what challenges have you faced while working remotely or building your business in a total different country, and how did you overcome it?
Yeah, good question. So the challenge I had personally is you're gonna miss your friends, and for me the solution is to just accept that I can never replace my friend group. You meet lovely people and they're all interesting and they're nice and they have a huge heart, but they can never replace the feeling you have with your friend group, at least for me. Business wise, just go for a talk with a lot of people, and there's many interesting people. There's people who will tell you ideas they never pursue. There's people who tell you they have tons of businesses which they don't have, but you have to filter a little bit between those lines, and in the end you will figure it out yourself. the nicest thing for Indonesia itself. It's way faster than in Europe for most things, not all the things, I would say.
Yeah. Would you say that before you even move here, you really didn't figure it out all? Because I think most people who's afraid to take the jump in doing this lifestyle, they're like, how will I start? Where will I start? So, because for me, honestly, in my experience, I can say that I just did the jump and I wasn't able to figure it out before I started.
You're talking about like everything you need to do to live abroad and work abroad, right? No, I didn't figure out anything. Me personally, I like it. I like the exploring part and stuff like that. But also, you will make mistakes, which can be costly, whether it's time or money. You know.
That's true.
But you learn from it actually, and like on one hand, maybe I should have read some blogs before. On the other hand, I can help all my friends now not making the same mistakes.
They will learn from our mistakes.
Yeah.
Failure is the best teacher, as they say.
Yeah, true.
I agree. I guess one other question would be, how has this remote work lifestyle affected your personal life, professional life, or maybe love life, romantic life, or...
Oh, in all facets.
Yeah.
I had a relationship before I made a decision.
Okay.
She didn't really pursue the same dream, so we broke up.
Okay.
Which of course is sad.
Very sad.
Yeah, of course it's sad. Like you don't, like you suddenly have more stakes to play with.
That's true.
Then professionally, I changed jobs because of it. So next to the startup real estate, I also work like for a company which is also one of the startup owners of PIèCE. But I changed jobs because they were like, yeah, let's just try it. And the other ones were, I mean, they would have allowed, but on way different terms, which I wouldn't like. Was there something else?
Yeah, like maybe in professional life or personal life, how does this life impact you?
Yeah, then I would say I would go back to the friends part. Like it's, I can miss my friends a lot whilst I'm here. On the other hand, it also allows me to have quite a focused lifestyle for the time I'm here. Focus really on surfing, work, which I also truly love. But you do miss them.
That's true. I really think that this is really for the tough spirit people, because this lifestyle is not for everyone. That's like your dating experience, which I also attest. I've seen some relationships who went through like the rough times. But
Bali does that, huh?
It is what it is, as they say. So, what do you think would be the best skills that a person can learn, or maybe what niche they can like explore into to get into this kind of lifestyle?
You have to be very persistent. The systems are not built on it. Well, it's funny, like I think roughly 18% of the companies worldwide work completely remote. But if you don't work at a company like that, or not with a remote work policy, then the systems are not built on it. And I think one of the examples is how tax works. As long as you spend a bit over 180 days in Indonesia, then your employee has to arrange different tax arrangements. So you have to be very persistent yourself and proactive in figuring all that stuff out before you can take the leap. So I think that's the best skill you can learn. Like if you, I reckon it's with everything. If you want something, like be persistent, figure it out, be proactive, ask people, find the right groups, and then for sure you can sort it.
Yeah, actually most of the people that I meet here as a digital nomad are in tech or in marketing or in sales or entrepreneurs. So that soft skills, like the persistence, is really like a must if you're looking into like this. So in these terms, like since you're also an entrepreneur, is your team on remote, or are they also like in digital nomad lifestyle?
So a bit of background. So we work with 3 people at the moment.
Okay.
They're all connected to Sprints and Sneakers, the company I work for as well.
Okay.
So I work for a company together with the founder of that company and another colleague. We're making this new startup.
Nice.
One of them actually now is in Bali. Her name is Lisa. She makes all the content and she does a great job in that. And then the other two, so the other two founders, they are now in the Netherlands. But the moment we're gonna make the first stone, then they'll come here.
Nice. Shout out to Lisa. Yeah, hopefully we will be invited on the launch
Of course.
Piece. Yeah. Yep. And I guess my last question is, how do you think businesses can adapt to this like change? Because based on the research, there's already like 35 million digital nomads around the world. Like, how would the businesses would adopt in this?
Yeah, I mean, I do think many businesses adopted already. For me, the best example is Spotify. They have a remote work policy, and I'm not sure exactly how it works. I think they get a budget for like co-workings, etc. Which, if you reduce your main office, is actually cheaper for the corporate itself. WeWork has a nice data on this. What I'm happy to see that nowadays we get more tools which also help you with, okay, how does it work for somebody tax-wise if he spends 200 days there, 100 days there, and 30 days there, whatsoever. But yeah, then the adoption degree for companies mostly below, let's say, 500 employees, I think that's very little. They're trying to figure out itself. Well, it's just a complicated market because you work with countries, taxes, visas, and so on. And of course, you also still have the question, like, if somebody lives at a place where everybody costs less, should you pay him less, or should you pay him more conform to the country where the company is located? So luckily, to summarize it, I'm happy with the tools which are now in place, but I think there's a huge step in the adoption of the company still.
That's true. Millennials and Gen Zs are really like changing the game. Most of millennials are entrepreneurials and also like digital nomads. So I really guess like we're pivoting already on this like new era.
Yeah.
Yep. I guess my last question would be, what would you advise to our viewers who are aspiring to be digital nomads and maybe someone to be like you in the future who would want to have a startup or investments in a different country?
Yeah, go and do it. It's the only way. Yeah, I mean, write your plan. No, I think most importantly, what helped me a lot is to find enthusiastic people around you. So, for example, Bart Snijders, the founder of Sprints and Sneakers, like, he truly believes in me and Max, and that energizes us so much. So that's what you can do on the outside, what you can do on the inside. If Max never came to me with the question, how much would it be to build a padel court in Bali? And if I never tried to figure out like how that works here, then this whole idea would never have started.
That's true.
Considering fundraising, that's a whole other topic, but yeah, it's complicated, but it's a fun process to be in. But it always takes longer than you wish.
Nice. So it's really like just go for it.
Yeah.
Amazing. So before we end this interview, I guess invite our viewers to like your ventures or your startup and
nice. For everybody who's watching, you can go to piecebali.com. You can pre-register basically for an awesome concept for digital nomads. And the moment it's going to be live or almost live, we'll hook you up, and definitely follow us on Instagram as well.
Nice. We will post their website and Instagram on this description. Thank you so much, Lucas, for your time today. It was really like nice talking to you, and I really hope our viewers will get more inspired to pursue this lifestyle, and as what Lucas said, just go for it.
Yeah, nice. Thank you for your time as well.
Also understand that whatever problem you have, there is a good chance that somebody had this problem before and it was so bad that they created a tool for it. Very big one as well. Put your ego aside. Ego will kill you. Okay. Sometimes you might realize that, hey, someone is better than you. Tools don't matter, right? The tools do not matter. What matters is the strategy.